Hey guys, today I've got more manga review for you. I finally played enough Magic to actually have read another volume. And today's subject is Tokyo Ghoul Volume 1. This actually came highly recommended to me, and I have the first 3 volumes, but what people had to say about the series was extremely mixed. A lot of people said it was like stereotypical shit that's supposed to shock you, and other people said that the anime is better than the manga, and vice versa. And then some people said it's like literally the best thing they've ever read or watched. Personally, I so far like the manga, but I do have some problems with it. But first, let me give you a little synopsis of what the story is all about, without really spoiling anything. But then again, do I really have that much to spoil after only the first volume? I don't know. Anyway, this delightfully nerdy guy is really into a certain type of literature. And he's got the dorky, unfortunate best friend who thinks that it's really important to be popular. So they're kind of like opposites, and that makes it kind of funny. And the protagonist has a thing for this like really hot girl who's also reading similar literature because they're totally in sync and like the same authors. Anyway, he ends up snagging a date with her, which is too good to be true. And it actually is too good to be true because lo and behold, she happens to be a ghoul. Now in this world he's living in Tokyo, it's like an alternate reality where there are humans and ghouls. And ghouls have to feed on humans. And they're also incredibly strong and are impervious to a lot of things like knives. So anyway, he ends up getting attacked by this girl and somehow ends up surviving and killing her. But they both end up going to the hospital. And at the hospital, he's dying and she's already dead. So they take her organs and implant them into him, which turns him into the half ghoul you see here. Now this is where all of the annoying moral dilemma comes in. And what makes me not love this manga as much as other people do. He's constantly going over and over how it's wrong to kill humans. And the morality is so strong that it kind of makes me go, because I can't relate to his problems. But I feel like if you can get past that, or if you don't have a problem with that, which a lot of people don't because a lot of people would probably completely empathize with what he's going through, it's a really good series. And I'm sure it'll open up and adapt more and be less about the morality of it and more about just a great story about ghouls in Tokyo. Now let's talk about the art style. This image, for instance. I feel like the art style is really cool, but it's sometimes hard to follow. Like when something with a lot of action happens, it's often just like an obscure blurriness with a couple of sound effect automatopoeias. So like shink or brrrr, and you don't really know what happened until afterwards and you have to infer upon it. Which might not be a problem for the more hardened comic book or manga readers, but for me it's a little bit confusing. Other than that, I think the art style is really cool. It's like a nice cross between the more simplistic, stereotypical anime style and the prison school-esque, more realistic art. So I definitely like it. And I definitely recommend it, especially if you think that killing a human would be the worst thing that's ever happened to you. Alright, let's go ahead and read the back. Shy Ken Kaneki is thrilled to go out on a date with the beautiful Rize, but it turns out that she's only interested in his body. In eating it, that is. When a morally dubious rescue transforms him into the first half-human, half-ghoul hybrid, Ken must survive ghoul turf wars, learn more about ghoul society, and master his new powers. Ghouls live among us, the same as normal people in every way, except they're craving for human flesh. Now I also want to note that while this is going on, a ghoul can survive on 1 human kill for, I think it's at about 3 weeks or 3 months or something kind of long. But there are ghouls that are taking advantage of that and killing people every day, and I guess just overeating. So that's another dynamic of the story. It seems like a really deep, really great story, but it also just to me seems to play on the shallow emotions that humans feel about life and death, and I just can't relate to it. But I will be reviewing Volume 2 pretty soon, as well as Punch Club Volume 1. So if you're interested in seeing how I feel about the story after a few volumes, check back. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, check in the top right, clicking the eye icon in the player to see more. And don't forget to check out my other manga reviews. Also post in the comments if you really like this series and what you'd like to change about it. And what you think of Tokyo Ghoul Volume 1. The manga or the anime? Which one do you like better? Let me know, I always love to hear from you guys. Oh, and there's not nearly enough fan service in this, but I can deal with it. Thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time with more manga review.